Well, I loved how Jimmy had arranged his set and had a theme to it. I'm going to have to try that sometime. I just picked a few songs that I knew you'd want to hear and a few that I knew I wanted to hear that hopefully you hadn't heard to death. This is an old song of mine. I didn't do it for a long time because it was one of the earliest ones I wrote, and you ask a songwriter what's your favorite song you've written, and it's always, well, whatever I just finished. And so the old ones tend to get lost in the dustbin sometimes. I resurrected this one and started doing it again because people who had albums were requesting it. So I hope you like it. I went to work with Daddy from the time that I could walk. Watched him building houses long before I learned to talk. He made me my own hammer that I carried all the time, and I'd build with the scrap lumber I could find. 'Cause Daddy was a framer, he used 16-penny nails. He bought in wooden kegs downtown at Humphrey's General Sales. He never used an apron, he just held them in his teeth. Said it made them easier to reach. My daddy called them 16-penny candy. Said he loved to feel the nails between his teeth. I'd bring along my hammer and he'd grin real big and hand me 16-penny candy just for me. By 14 I was framing houses right there at his side. I never got as good as Dad, but I think he knows I tried. Between us we could do the work of several other men, and I guess I learned it all from watching him. My daddy called him 16-penny candy. Said he loved to feel the nails between his teeth. I bring along my hammer and he'd grin real big and hand me 16-penny candy just for me. Daddy was only 50 when Mama called me late one night. By then it had been 10 years since Daddy lost his sight. I'd spent those 10 years building homes like Daddy taught me to. The only job that I know how to do. As I stepped in his room, I saw this was near the end. And I hold my daddy closer than I hold my dearest friend. I knew that he was fading, but I hoped that he could hear. So I hugged him tight and whispered in his ear, Dad, I still call him 16-penny candy, and I love to feel the nails between my teeth. Remember how I'd toddle up and you'd grin real big and hand me 16-penny candy just for me. My daddy called him 16-penny candy. Said he loved to feel the nails between his teeth. I'd bring along my hammer, he'd grin real big and hand me 16-penny candy just for me.